Hi and welcome to the Property Show. My name is Nancy. This is the show that will give you an in-depth look into the property market, provide you with expert advice, current trends, tips, and professional information on the hottest properties available in the market. There is something for everyone. Paul and Caroline are embarking on a project and are not sure about the procedures and approvals that are required for environmental management before they start the project. Our big question today is, what is environmental management and why do I need an environmental impact assessment license from National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA?
Hey, how was your day?
It was okay. A bit slow since our clients have not opened their offices yet.
I see, but that's okay.
Yeah. By the way, I did some research on that land we have near the forest.
And?
We have to do an environmental impact assessment.
At what?
It's a study done by a licensed environmental expert to determine whether our project is suitable for that surrounding area.
But that sounds like a very long process, and we have to break ground soon.
Yeah, I know. And if we have to break ground,
Yes.
we need an environmental impact assessment license and NEMA approval.
Oh, okay.
And if NEMA sees that our project is not compliant to environmental regulation, they can stop the project.
Yeah, we can't afford that to happen. We've invested so much into this project.
Exactly.
So, where do we get these people to do this assessment for us?
Well, I'll go to the NEMA office and ask for a register of all practicing environmental consultants.
Oh, I need to tell my friends about this.
Yeah, you need to.
Do you know they're building apartments near a river?
Hebu call them now.
Hey.
What is environmental management and why do I need an environmental impact assessment license from National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA? Most developers do not understand the role and the importance of environmental management in property development. Today with us, we have Elizabeth Nzani Wachira, who is the managing consultant at Ecoplan Limited. Elizabeth will explain to us what environmental management involves and the role it plays in property development. Welcome, Elizabeth, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Elizabeth, tell us about environmental management.
Thank you very much, Nancy. All development in Kenya today should be environmentally compliant. And this is where you have NEMA coming in. NEMA is the National Environment Management Authority, to make sure that all development is done in such a way that the impact on the environment is minimal. So this is where environmental management comes in. How do you ensure that all types of development in the country today are done in such a way that they don't harm the environment, they don't have a negative effect on the environment, and they enhance the environment in which they are in?
When do I engage with you when I'm buying a development? Let's say, for example, I'm buying land today. At what point do I engage with you? Because we've seen a lot of times where we buy land and then we realize it's swampy and we didn't know. How do I engage with you and how do you come in and tell me where to build?
Okay. Most of the time, by the time a client approaches us, because they want to get their EIA license from NEMA, they already have their land. So it's never too early. The earlier on one is engaged as an environmental consultant on a property, the better. Because you don't want a situation where, for example, somebody has bought land and then they find that they can only develop a fraction of that land.
What types of development require environmental assessment?
All types of development require to have an environmental impact assessment, or what we call an EIA. And this is in line with the EMCA, which is the Environmental Management Coordination Act, which was passed in 1999. Under the Act, all developments are included in a schedule. There's different schedules that outline the types of projects that should have EIAs. So it's the majority really of projects that are required to have EIA.
Before I get ultimately the license? What do I need to get from yourself?
Okay, when you are doing any type of development in the country, there are two approvals that you require. The first one is an approval from the local authority. The second one is an approval from NEMA. Those are the two approvals that you require to do any type of development in the country. Now, the local authority approval is handled by physical planners or urban planners. The NEMA approval is handled by people like myself, people who are licensed by NEMA, and it involves undertaking what we call an EIA study, or an environmental impact assessment study. Now, the study it's quite a large document. It involves quite a bit of work. What happens is I would go to the site. My client would tell me, look, I have this piece of property, and I'm thinking of putting up, let's say, townhouses. So we would go to the site. We would do an initial screening. That involves looking at the property, looking at the surrounding area, looking at the land use of the surrounding area, looking at the suitability of the project that is being planned. After that, you embark on the study, and that involves now gathering baseline data from the site. It involves looking at the objectives of the project. It involves looking at an analysis of the alternatives. It involves consulting the people who live around there, which is something that NEMA actually takes very seriously. What do the neighborhood think? What do the people around there think of what is being proposed? Then once you have all your data, and of course a very important part is what impact the project will have on the environment and what can be done to mitigate the impact. Once you have all that, you now sit down and write your report. And this could be anything between 50 to 120 pages. Yeah, it's quite a hefty document, and it involves quite a bit of work. Now, once you have that report, the proponent or the developer, in EIA jargon, the developer is referred to as the proponent because he's the one proposing the project. The proponent has to sign the report, and you as a person who did the report have to sign it, and then you submit 10 copies of the document to NEMA. Now, the reason why NEMA asks for 10 copies is because they share the report with different lead agencies. In this case, it would be, for example, the physical planning office. If it's maybe a health project, a dispensary or clinic or a hospital, one report would go to the Ministry of Health. Depending on the type of report it is shared out between the different lead agencies.
So if it's a hotel, it will go to public health.
Exactly. Now, all these people who receive the report are required to provide input and give feedback to NEMA, saying what they think about the project that's being proposed. Now, once NEMA receives feedback from all these agencies, NEMA will then sit down and review the document, the proposed project, and then they will make a decision.
Do I require an environmental impact assessment license to build my own personal house?
Okay, now if you're building your own house, Nancy, maybe let's say in Lavington,
Yes.
If you're building it away from maybe the wetlands there's a stream there, there's a few swamps, you don't require an EIA license.
Okay.
But if you're building it next to a river, or maybe you're building it next to a forest that has indigenous trees, in other words, anywhere near an environment that is sensitive, then you will need to do an EIA.
We are taking a short break, and when we come back, Elizabeth will tell us more about environmental management in property development.
Zuku Hookup. Hook your friends up and we'll hook you up with a free flat screen TV. It couldn't be easier. Just get your friends to subscribe to Zuku and you'll get that flat screen TV. No draws, no competition, just guaranteed TV prizes. Start hooking up your friends today. See press and posters for details. Zuku, amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome back on the Property Show as we continue our discussion on environmental management. Tell us how your company, Ecoplan, would help me identify the riparian and how you can identify where I should actually place the property. How do you help us with that?
Okay. Thank you, Nancy. Now, as an environmental consultant or EIA consultant, you don't work alone. You work with a team. Taking your example, for example, the area of wetlands, we would need to involve the Water Resources Management Authority, or WRMA. Yes, they're called WRMA. We would need to go with them to the site. If there's a river or a stream or a swamp, we would need to go with them, and then they would peg the site. And pegging involves measuring to find out what the riparian is. Now, depending on the high water mark, depending on the topography of the land, the riparian ranges from between 6 to anything as much as 30 meters. Which is why it's important before you purchase land to know whether there's riparian, because you may find you bought land and you can't develop it because you're left with very little, whereas maybe you were planning to put up apartments. So it's important to involve people like WRMA, people like ourselves, when you're deciding on what kind of development you would like to do.
And what are your challenges, your day-to-day challenges?
Our main challenge is awareness. A lot of people still don't know that they are required to provide input into any type of development that is in their vicinity. We call them stakeholders. Anybody who will be affected in any way by any development is a stakeholder. It may be just next door somebody's building and there's a lot of noise and banging and you find yourself maybe getting irritable. You're a stakeholder. So when you're approached and asked by the person doing the study to give your views and say what it is you think about the development that is coming up next door, don't feel that it's nothing to do with you. Don't feel that it's
into your personal
don't feel
space.
that it's an intrusion of your space. Give your feedback. Another challenge is developers not knowing that the NEMA license is mandatory. You must have a NEMA license, which is valid for 2 years. If within the 2 years you haven't completed your project, you can apply for extension of the validity of the license, and you're given another 2 years to complete your project. NEMA actually has authority to stop any project which they feel is not being compliant with the environmental regulations. Yes, and we do get, NEMA gets people complaining, writing complaints to the Public Complaints Committee, which is under NEMA, and they will actually take this very seriously, follow up, investigate, and if they feel that environmental regulations are being flouted, they have the authority to stop a project, and they have actually stopped a number of projects.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your insight on environment. Give us your parting shots.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. The whole world of environment in Kenya is very interesting, and it is growing rapidly. People now are getting to see environment goes beyond our physical green environment. Environment is also the construction field. It is also our roads. It is the way we, for example, we manage our soils, our water. All these green aspects are actually just now starting to be exploited, and there's a great future for Kenya if we really take this to the next level, where we can have energy such that we can bring down the cost of electricity, stop relying on the hydro because we have seen effects of climate change. We can't rely so much on hydro anymore. We need to look for renewable sources of energy in the country.
Wow, asante sana.
Thank you.
At the end of the show, I will give you highlights on today's discussions. Join me now as we visit the Mount Kenya region on our hot property of the week.
Naji tena, welcome again to the Kenya Power Minute. Ni mimi Demo Power Shiko.
Kenya Power is investing heavily on innovation to deliver services better and faster to you.
System automation is a way of making ICT systems work by themselves without any human intervention. We have different products. Our first product is e-bill. In the e-bill product, we have different ways where customers can be able to query their bills through either email, SMS, and also we are able to communicate to our customers through our bulk SMS services. Our next product is an EasyPay product, where Kenya Power appoints agencies to collect bills on our behalf by developing the M-Pesa product, where customers are able to pay in real time using M-Pesa pay bill numbers. They're also able to buy prepaid tokens through the same channel. They're also able to buy and pay electricity bills in real time through Airtel Money and other agencies like banks.
To you, all that means better quality services for a better quality life. Na hiyo ni maendeleo. Mimi Galde mwenye wa Power, Shiko. Until next time on the Kenya Power Minute. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Today we are at the slopes of Mount Kenya at the Mount Kenya Holiday Homes, an exciting project which will host quality world-class homes with interiors that offer comfort and serenity. We'll be speaking to the project manager, Reginald Okumu, who is a director at Ask Consultants, and he'll be telling us all the exciting things about this project. Thank you for having us, Reginald.
Thank you, Nancy.
Tell us about this dream and how it started and what should we expect?
Mount Kenya Holiday Homes is a great project that is happening right now. It's a project that has in mind the different needs of many investing Kenyans, and it offers leisure, an opportunity to play, and a place to live.
Mount Kenya Holiday Homes is a breathtaking development that has been designed for the discerning buyer. It has 95 homes, each on a half acre, standing between Mount Kenya and the Aberdare Ranges and providing a scenic and tranquil environment. The site is an exclusive 123-acre residential and holiday estate that will preserve the natural woodlands, offering bird lovers over 100 species of birds. Further, there are wildlife on the site like zebra, gazelle, ostriches, dik-diks, and tortoises. This development will host world-class quality interiors, bringing comfort and serenity to the resident. There are 3 designs that are available for the buyer to choose from. The first is Batian, which is the largest house and peak of Mount Kenya with 4 bedrooms. Second is Nelion with 4 bedrooms, and the third is Lenana with 3 bedrooms. Mount Kenya Holiday Homes will have magnificent features such as a 9-hole lush green golf course, clubhouse, helipad, and forest area. In addition, it will offer its residents various activities like tennis, swimming, biking, wildlife spotting, bird watching, nature walks, a dam for water sports and fishing, and a clubhouse with a steam bath, sauna, and gym. The site has a live perimeter fence and a manned police post, which is situated next to the entrance, providing visitors and owners peace of mind.
Mount Kenya Holiday Homes offers you a lot of things. It's not just an investment place. If you want an investment, then it gives you that. Given that the tourism in this country has been growing in leaps and bounds, and we are unable to meet the demands. Mount Kenya sits on a very attractive tourist location. A lot of tourists come on this side and they really do not have a place to stay. We have our water will come from a borehole which is already in existence, and this water will be recycled. So basically saying that the development will also be eco-friendly. We'll make sure that the amount of water that is used here, most of it is recycled, and we have a dam within the site where most of this water will be channeled, and the same water can also be used for recreational activity. Electricity will be from Kenya Power, but of course we'll have it backed up with a generator. And also our houses will have solar, which makes in terms of power consumption. And again, that's the law. The law has there's a law that says that we need to put solar panels on our developments.
I'm resident in Canada, so I'm here on vacation just once a year. And I thought this would be a great investment for when I come on vacation. Like now in December, you can bring your friends and family and just rest. And the air is and the environment is very clean and beautiful.
We have some very, very interesting natural features, as such to say, challenges with the wind, some of the elevations, etc., etc. So I think it's going to make for a very, very interesting golf course. What we've done is we've used bent grass on the greens, which will give us the international standard that we require. And we're using Bermuda with a mixture of kikuyu grass on the fairways itself. The bent grass actually gives the ball an excellent feel and roll on the greens, which is where 60% of your golf is played actually.
The shape of this plot is triangular. It's very scenic. On one side we have Mount Kenya, on the other side we have the Aberdares. At the center we have a forest area. So we preserve the forest area and the houses are organized around this forest area. The spaces are organized by the architect. So it's generally an open plan space, modern open plan living.
Mount Kenya Holiday Homes is situated approximately 2 hours from Nairobi city center. It is 10 kilometers from Narumoro town and the site is easily accessed through a 6-kilometer all-weather road off the main Narumoro-Nanyuki road. It is also accessed by air as the Nanyuki airstrip is about 15 minutes away from the site and has 20-minute flights from Nairobi's Wilson Airport. Mount Kenya Holiday Homes is surrounded by various lodges, organized game parks and conservancies such as Olpajeta Conservancy, the Aberdare National Park, Nanyuki Sports Club, Mount Kenya Safari Club, Mount Kenya National Park, Lewa Conservancy, Meru National Park and other upcoming destinations such as Isiolo Resort City. For this property, the price ranges from 21.5 to 28 million Kenya shillings. For anyone willing to purchase the property for investment, the current rent rates are from 480,000 Kenya shillings per month.
And that was our hot property of the week. After the short break, we will showcase the property gallery where you'll be able to see other properties available in the market. Please stay tuned.
Zuku Hookup. Hook your friends up and we'll hook you up with a free flat screen TV. It couldn't be easier. Just get your friends to subscribe to Zuku and you'll get that flat screen TV. No draws, no competition, just guaranteed TV prizes. Start hooking up your friends today. See press and posters for details. Zuku, amazing. Yeah.
Lifestyle Gardens is located off Mombasa Road and it is a development comprising of 70 units where each unit has 4 bedrooms. The key features include all bedrooms en suite, open or closed plan kitchen, inbuilt wardrobes in all bedrooms, quality finishing, back garden, Carrboro paved driveway and parking for 2 cars. For this property, the price is, for cash buyers, 10.5 million Kenya shillings and for those being serviced by mortgages, 11 million Kenya shillings. For anyone willing to purchase the property for investment, the current rent rates are from 80,000 Kenya shillings per month. Viewing of the show house is ongoing every day from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Lomark, which is located off Wayaki Way, is a state-of-the-art 22-story tower that is set to be the tallest mixed-use complex in Nairobi. The key features include 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, offices, recreational spaces, panoramic views, floor-to-ceiling windows, open-plan spaces, avant-garde finishes, impeccable architecture, 2-story sky club, world-class gourmet restaurant, heated swimming pool decks, spa and lavish gym, 4-floor basement parking, biometric entry system, access for the disabled, and rainwater harvesting. For this property, the price is from, for the 1-bedroom, 12.96 million Kenya shillings, and for the 2-bedroom, 15.5 million Kenya shillings. For anyone willing to purchase the property for investment, the current rent rates are from, for the 1-bedroom, 110,000 Kenya shillings per month, and for the 2-bedroom, 150,000 Kenya shillings per month.
I hope that you have enjoyed the show, and just to give you the highlights of today's discussion on environmental management in property development. Environmental management ensures that the development of property does not harm the environment, has minimal negative impact on the environment, it enhances the surrounding environment, and is environmentally compliant. Before you embark on your development, ensure you get a NEMA approval. It is a mandatory requirement. If you are building your home near wetlands, a river, or forest, you will require an EIA license. The EIA license is valid for 2 years. If the development is not complete within the 2 years, you will need to reapply for an extension of the validity of the license. An EIA license application process can take from 45 days up to 4 months. This depends on the type of development that you are undertaking. Thank you for watching the Property Show. You have heard from the expert on environmental management in property development, and you have also visited our hot property of the week. And on our property gallery, you have also seen other properties available in the market. We appreciate your feedback, and we would like to hear your views, questions, or any subjects you'd like our experts to address. Kwaheri, see you next week, and thank you for watching.